going on, everybody? Hey, Peachy, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you. Let's get started. Blueprints. It's a puzzle game. Was watching a stream earlier today, and this game looks right up my alley. Just finished dinner. Heck yeah, what was for dinner? I don't think you'd like this game, personally. It is a strong puzzle game. And hot wings and tater wedges? Nice. I mean, you might. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about puzzle games. It's popular, though, so we'll go with that. I have actually not eaten dinner yet. I will eat afterwards. That's fair. That might be why I don't associate puzzle games with you. I was hanging out in a stream today that was recommended by Misty, and they were playing. What's going on, Nick? How are you? In association with Raw Fury. A game by Tonda Ross. But long time no see, Peachy. How are you doing? Otherwise. That is a face right there.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament.
Tired, very nice.
And hereby revoke all
Same.
wills and codicils heretofore made by me.
Very nice. Gotta love door dashing, right?
And bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew.
Double name, like it.
Right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly.
Oh, what's up in Pennsylvania, if you don't mind me asking?
And bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
Cool.
The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor.
46.
But I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering
Nice
its
mug.
whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
Okay.
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 8th day of March, 1993.
Okay, 1993.
S. Sinclair.
I'd love to see it happen. I have been keeping busy myself. I've been trying to set up a lot more collaborations. Like tomorrow's a collaboration. Friday has become my collaboration day with Misty. Typically, I do Wednesdays with Tylen. Oh, cool. Congrats. All right. Open only in the event of my death. Okay, well. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules for this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half a century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. My grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path, and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair." I did get the... Misty, I was telling you today, I genuinely got the game. The Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventures. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing Tab. Okay. Also, why did it not do that? Shout out to Misty. Alright. We got one door to the right. Alright, select a room to draft. I'm gonna go bedroom. No! I'm gonna go... Yeah, bedroom. Plus 2 rooms. So you see in the upper right, there's a step counter, a room counter. So, okay, let's take an inventory. Safety pin stuff. All right. The trunk is locked. You know what? That's on me. Nice handprint. Nice hat. Greetings from Reddington. Classy, nice pendant. I love the art style. All right, let's go. Okay, let's go to a parlor. I've only seen one puzzle being solved. I helped solve it. Okay, there's Herbert S. Sinclair. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusion that my company is rival to hers. Man, have some confidence, my guy. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and to mention to you a rather singular parlor game that had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounded game. Always yours, M. Lowry. Rules. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. Wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. Okay. Misty, when are you streaming next? You're doing more Kaku, right? Okay. All 3 boxes contain a gem. That one's false. The other 2 boxes contain gems. Also false. This box contains gems. Okay, let's talk about logic, okay? One always lies, one always tells the truth. However, there's one item in one box, everything else is empty. So, if all 3 boxes contain a gem, we know that to be false. We've already been told only one box has something. The other 2 boxes contain gems. Also, rules stipulate that's false. So that one's lying. This one, the box contains gems. This one is the real one. There we go. See? Anything else in the room that requires, I think, 1 room, 1 puzzle. Thanks, Herbert. Where to next? Let's go to the Nook. We get a key. I think it's a generic key. A journey noteworthy. Wow, I love that alliteration. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool. You will not regret having beside you on your journey. Excuse me. Alright, do I have a journal somewhere? Man, I'm scanning for one. I have one that I use for work a lot, so I don't want to use that. You know what? I will use my stream notes book. My very lovely sticker. Alright. Do I have another journal? No, I don't. Alright. Thus begins my notes, and I have a very nice pen to do it with. I always keep a pen that I enjoy. I like certain pen feels in my hand. The pen is is a tool that I like having in my hands. Okay. Where to next? Storeroom, the guest bedroom, or the pantry? We haven't had dinner yet, so let's go to the pantry. There's 4 coins here somewhere. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should be covered expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Okay. So I'm going to write this down. We know that 5 apples, so we'll go 5A, plus 5B, plus 5O equals 4 gold. 4 gold. That is a fact that we now know. Unless that's the change. Nothing else is jumping out. I do want to test something. Going from room to room, even if we have discovered them, does count as steps. Okay, we have actually made ourselves a loop. a dead end. So that's fine. Let's go back to the bedroom. And then out into the entrance hallway. Alright. Oh. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you'll lose 1. When you no longer have any steps left, you'll be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Alright. The corridor is always left unlocked. The den or the lavatory. The lavatory has no other exits, so let's go den. And we get a gem in here. Any notes though? Just a door. Let's find a room. Okay. Storeroom. And an office. Let's go office. Requires 2 gems, which I had 3. Great. The antechamber lever is in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put another work order before Simon arrives. So just make sure the west and east levers are operational. An upgrade disc. An upgrade disc. Insert one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Okay. Flip the switch. I do know how to solve this puzzle. I'm going to use the upgrade terminal before we do that, and then I will explain how I'm going to solve the room, okay? I'm not just going to go, know the answer, and do it. Select the floor plan to upgrade this room. I think having more coins might be a good idea. Your floor plan has been successfully upgraded. Welcome to Mount Holly Home Office. Run the payroll. After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room, which includes each servant's quarter and maid quarters. Turn to the main menu. Spread gold network. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins within withdrawal from the staff's incentive program. These coins are spread, distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. Okay. Well, let's log into the network. I don't have a password. Okay. Alright. Take some money. Okay. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herring of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings. But knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Alright. Here is how I solved this puzzle earlier today on a different, how it helps solve it on a different stream, okay? So, notice how herrings is red. Red herrings. So it's a red herring. It's literally a red herring. So if we assume that herrings of the major is a red herring, we also then can assume every other phrase in red is indeed a red herring. So therefore, March of the Count is the only one to matter, right? So March of the Count. The count of March is 0, 3. Let's count statues of the count. Okay. I think that's 1, 2, 3. And we use this one over the safe. So that is the count. We even have an arrow pointing to them. So we have 3 statues. So therefore the password would be O3 for March, O3 for the count. Boom. Let's take the gem. And let's read this letter. I know this one's a long letter, so we're gonna get some liquid in us. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all of our demands, not involving the police, and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you would hope to never hear from us again, once we had given you back the envelopes, we feel that one final red letter of ours was merited, given the circumstances. Hopefully you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You are already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there have been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of those points, and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you that there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression that we'd hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there's nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the content of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty of sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconvenience. Forever yours, X. I believe them. Next room, please. Let's look at our blueprint map. Let's go to the commissary. Let's buy some things. Well, what? Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out, and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your tenants will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password, S, scribbled out. So let's go ahead and write that down. The terminal password starts with an S. Okay. With without. The commissary will close today from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience. Nice trash cans. Hey, an arcade! It's not working. Yeah, a cigarette machine! Sale. Annual Maid's Day sale, 2 days only. All items up to 50% off. All staff welcome day 20 and 21. Mount Holly Commissary. The Gem. 3 coins. I have 8. Salt Shaker. Sledgehammer. Metal Detector. Oh. Can shatter padlocks, unlocked trunks. I now own that. That is something I own. Alright, let's see. Let's look at our blueprint. Corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. Okay. Let's go. I mean, if we got the lavatory, we pretty much dead end ourselves. So let's go kitchen. A banana, 3 steps. Club sandwich. That's 8. Tomato soup is 5. Plus 5 steps for every red room in your house. Today's main course, glazed salmon. The main course is served only in the dining room. We don't have money. Ooh, let's see what kind of artwork they got. Nice bridge. Nice wedding dress. Very classy. Alright, we don't have enough for this. This dead ends us. This just ends our run right here. So I think we go chapel. We have no money to give the corrupt church. Alright, let's see. We go lavatory with nothing in it, or the storeroom with 10 coins, or the passageway. But I can't go passageway, so storeroom it is. Money, 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 money. Call me Mr. Krabs. I'm all about that money. And a key, very nice. And a gem. Nothing else jumping out. So we'll pass through. Give the church our money. Nice bishop piece. Putting a hat on a hat at this point. The spare room, the guest bedroom, or the bunk room. I think we're going to go spare room. It's nice and blank. I think we go drawing room to keep our run alive. There's our uncle. Dead end. Ooh, nice phone. This is a gorgeous room. Can we agree? If we all had the money, we would have a room like this. Just a room with art in it. West Wing Hall. The closet or the garage. I'm gonna go West Wing Hall. Staff notice. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Espin, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff or members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any may dress. Well, sorry to hear that. The door is locked. Dead end, man. No gems here. 2 bedrooms, lavatory. Let's go lavatory, I guess. We've had in our file for a while now. That rhymed. I like this hand-drawn look. No gems. No gems. Here's the dining room. Nothing here. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Fun. Only one exit though. Use the key. Hallway seems like the best option. Red letter. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. I was gonna say, let me guess. Locked? Ooh. Let's go gymnasium. Okay, we need a security guard key. I think we go closet so we can get 2 items. Dice. While drafting, you may use dice for rolling floor plans. Oh, sneakers. Occasionally says traveling a long distance across the estate and grounds. Fair. I think all that being said, I think I have to call this one. Yeah, I have to call this one. Either I have no more rooms, or I have no more spaces. Tomorrow you'll awaken and find the rooms in the state as well as your currently inventory have been reset. Yeah, call it. My rooms ran out. Total rooms 21, rank reached 5. Steps taken 28, items found 3. Okay, I'm happy with that. That was only 1 run.